Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Friday. It's Daryl here. It's bright and early, 3:30, bright and freaking early, 3:30 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Happy New Year's Eve to everybody. Okay, this is kind of a serious video for New Year's Eve, but as I went through the stories this morning, I was looking for something that grabs me, something that makes me angry, something that really gets my attention. And I'm in the habit of checking this one site called World Meters. It's a real-time thing. It counts everything across the entire world, and in each state, in the country, in different countries, in different areas, how many people are dying, how many people are being born. And it's got real-time, the seconds going by, and it's got real-time numbers changing constantly. How many newspapers are being read, how many books are being read, how many TV shows are on. But the one I watch is the COVID numbers. I got in the habit of watching that. How many deaths, how many new cases. It's a very reliable source. World Meters. I'll have the link down below. And I was in the habit of watching this every day. I turned it on this morning, and I was shocked. Yesterday in the United States, 572,000 new cases. It blew away any old record we have for new cases since this all began. 572,000, over 500,000 new cases of COVID yesterday. Thursday, December 30th, over 500,000 new cases yesterday. The deaths were 1,362 or 1,367 deaths. We've been continually above 1,000 for over a year now, I think. 1,000 people every single day passing away from COVID-19, at least in the United States. All right, so just before my best friend, my ex-girlfriend, right before she left for Jacksonville, we sat on a couch at her place as she was packing to leave for Jacksonville back in June. She texted me all the way down there, the ride down 95 down from Connecticut to Florida. And within hours, again, I'm guessing nobody would know here, but within hours of getting there, she contracted COVID-19. By August 5th, she passed away. Bam. And let me tell you, I couldn't see her. She was in ICU, but it was brutal. And I've been debating talking about what we talked about on that couch before she left. I kind of got a balance. I love her family. I'm still in contact with her family, and I love her family. And I don't want to disclose stuff, but there's some stuff. I'm just going to tell you what I think it's time. I'm just going to tell you guys what she said when we talked on the couch. Her reasoning for not getting vaccinated. All right. Let me bring this up. A lot of people now, so many people, I've become used to wearing a mask. It's not a freaking problem for me. I got a black one that I wear. Usually I have black clothes, so it matches my clothes. I don't have a problem with it. I'm used to doing it. I'm not one of the people that complain about wearing a mask. Granted, though, I do work in my own space, so I don't have to wear it 9 or 10 hours a day, and I'll give you guys that. But there's a lot of people that just complain that they can't wear it for 5 minutes. They can't wear it in a restaurant. They can't wear it in a store or a bar. They can't be bothered. They want to get past this. They want to live life. They want to be free again. They want to get back to the days before COVID. Well, there might not be times like that again. And I thought about, it reminded me of something. It reminded me, and all of a sudden it clicked. What if somebody told you that you could never have another drop of beer, another drop of alcohol again for the rest of your life? Not with dinner, not on New Year's, no beer, like tonight, nothing, not a drop. You'd say, screw that, right? Most people would. I get to celebrate. I don't have a problem with it. See, I had to adapt to that. I had a problem with drugs mainly, but I knew that drinking alcohol would lead to drug use for me. And I had to accept the fact that I would never again drink a drop of alcohol if I wanted to live. If I wanted to live a good, productive life, I was going to have to accept that change. Never have, and it's a hard thing, it's a hard thing because in your mind you're saying, I got the right to have a drop of beer. I got a right to have a glass of wine with dinner. And I accepted that. I have not had one drop of alcohol in my mouth, in my body, in over 15 years. And it's become, and honestly, I used to love beer. I used to love Budweiser. And I couldn't, it makes me nauseous just thinking about it right now, swear to God. And I started thinking about that. Sometimes, you adapt and you change, and that's, survival of the fittest. And some people just don't get that. I saw a quote. This is what got me thinking about it too. I saw a quote from a Fox guest. I can't remember her name. I was searching for it, and I can't remember her name. She's on Fox. She was one of the Let's Go Brandon crowd. And she just recently got over COVID. She had it for 2 weeks. I'm sorry, I can't remember her name. Maybe you guys could Google it. And she tweeted, well, she said, I just passed the initiation. And she's part of the natural immunization crowd, believing that she can just get natural just get it, and then she's good to go. And there's reasons I don't agree with that. Now, besides for evidence talking, there'll be links down below with the long timer stuff and how COVID could affect. You guys could do whatever you want, but the long-term effects of COVID, I'm gonna have links down below. Scarring of the kidneys, scarring of the lungs, affects the heart. It could affect the brain. It's only been around for not even 2 years now, almost 2 years exactly. And they still don't, they have no idea what the long-term effects are. All right, now let me tell you, before Audrey left, we sat down on that couch and I said, oh, maybe we should be wearing masks, joking around kind of, but serious. And there was times like that where I knew I should wear a mask. I hadn't seen her in months. So I hadn't, more than likely, I knew she was a Trump supporter. I knew she was a person who didn't agree with masks or vaccinations or any of that. And I probably should have been wearing a mask, but I wasn't. And she started talking about the vaccination. And this is what I wanted to tell you guys. This is what the exact thing she told me. She told me how her family got it, how the 2 older members in her family got it. You can assume who I'm talking about. The older male, her father, got it, and they were worried about him because he had some health issues. And her mother got it, and one of them had a harder time than the other, but they both survived, and they got natural immunity, and they were in their 70s. And then Donald Trump, her man, he got it. He got over it, not including the fact that he got treatments that most common people don't get. But this was her reasoning, that geez, if her father and her mother could get it and get past it, then she might as well too. And she was 55 years old, healthy. She could outrun me on the treadmill. She would run marathons. She would run faster than I could. She would beat me running. 55 years old, healthy, never smoked. She hadn't touched drugs or drank. She was more a drinker. She hadn't drank in over 10 years. Completely healthy, no health problems. And she was gone. She got it, and she was gone like that. And her reasoning was, she thought, just because her older family members, or Donald Trump or these other people got it and they didn't get sick, well, she could do that too. And that's and it wasn't true. You can make your own decisions, but as I watched these numbers, especially yesterday, 500,000 people getting sick, 570,000 people yesterday contracted COVID. I have no problem altering my life, just a little, getting a shot, wearing a mask. It's not, I'm used to change. I'm used to adapting. Adapting makes you stronger. Survival of the fittest. And that's my theory. I don't know. We have all different ways about going about it, but it's just something you might want to think about as we go into this next year. And I look at these crazy numbers. It's up to you which path you want it, which way you want to go. I personally couldn't. I'm a baby when it comes to getting sick. I would not want to be laid up for even a few days. with a fever and headaches, because then I wouldn't be able to work. I wouldn't be able to paint. I wouldn't be able to work out. I would go insane. I would much rather get a shot in the arm and be done with it and have, hopefully have immunity to it for 6 months or however long, and then get another shot. I'm fine with it. If it takes me 10 minutes to walk into a drugstore, get a shot, and walk out, that's the path I'm going. So far, my genes haven't changed. I haven't started growing extra arms or extra eyes, or my man parts all still work. All right, too much information. You guys have a great New Year's. I'll be back later with another video.